I don't know if it's a complaint that she's making or a statement that she's making, but if it's a complaint, we just go, okay, enough.
He pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WB don't know that Caitlyn is out here, making moves, packing her bags for Europe to finally get what she deserves. Angel just can't take it and throws out accusations of greed, and you know what's the funniest part? Angel's over here complaining about her own salary and that steep $8,000 rent she's got to cover the hypocrisy is almost artful at this point.
Angel Reese has things to say. She says that, and again, she can't decide if she wants to be the villain or not. One day she's the victim. One day she's saying things that make her villainous. She says that she wants to bring trash talk to women's basketball.
He pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WB don't know that Caitlyn is out here, making moves, packing her bags for Europe to finally get what she deserves. Angel just can't take it and throws out accusations of greed, and you know what's the funniest part? Angel's over here complaining about her own salary and that steep $8,000 rent she's got to cover the hypocrisy is almost artful at this point.
He ain't pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
Let's not pretend Angel's got a halo over her head. Here, this isn't about Caitlyn being greedy, it's jealousy plain and simple. Caitlyn's out there breaking records like she's on a mission, becoming one of the biggest names in women's basketball. Angel's all, oh, Caitlyn's just ungrateful for not sticking around with the WNBA. Ungrateful, seriously. Caitlyn's the one getting underpaid for shattering records, and Angel's mad because she's looking at Europe for a paycheck that makes sense. Europe values her, they see her worth, and they're ready to pay her accordingly.
Now, obviously, she's cashing in with endorsements and all of that. But you know, isn't there an incentive? If you're in the NBA and you've got a guaranteed contract of 5, 10 plus million dollars, whatever, you don't necessarily have an incentive to go out and make headlines.
But here's where it gets really juicy. While Angel's out here talking smack, what exactly is she doing? Oh right, she's busy with modeling gigs and posting Instagram selfies, more concerned about her next fashion deal than basketball. I mean, nothing against that hustle, but you can't be out here accusing Caitlyn of chasing money when you're literally making bank off of posing in outfits. But somehow Caitlyn, who's all about the game and nothing but the game, is the villain for wanting a better deal. Somebody calls Sherlock Holmes because the double standards here are a real mystery.
It's just some of this other stuff. I don't know if it's a complaint that she's making or a statement that she's making, but if it's a complaint, we just go, okay, enough.
Caitlyn's just doing what any smart, ambitious athlete would do. She's exploring her options. She's not out here asking for a gold-plated yacht. She's simply trying to get paid for being the absolute star that she is. Europe's like, yeah, come over, we'll treat you right, while the WNBA is acting like they're doing her a favor by giving her a second-hand paycheck. Caitlyn's just looking for respect, something the WNBA has clearly failed to give her, because WNBA is more focused to please other Black players who cannot even play.
And from the sounds of this interview, it seems like she's probably going to make more money overseas in EuroLeague than she did during this WNBA season.
Caitlyn's a basketball legend in the making. She's earned the right to explore better opportunities. And if that means going to Europe, where they actually appreciate her game, then more power to her. Angel can keep throwing shade from the sidelines, but Caitlyn's the one making real moves. Angel's just upset because she knows she can't keep up with the Caitlyn Clark record-breaking attendance and whatnot in WNBA history.
And it's like the WNBA players have chosen to focus on idiots rather than the people of sensibility who there's far more of that they could potentially win as fans.
Caitlyn Clark isn't just your average player chasing a fatter paycheck. No, Caitlyn is basically a walking basketball legend in the making, and she's after way more than just cash. She wants something that actually means something, respect, stability, and oh yeah, a career that doesn't fizzle out because she's getting breadcrumbs from that. WNBA, I mean, the league loves to talk a big game about supporting women athletes, but when it comes to Caitlyn, they've been about as supportive as a broken lawn chair. Seriously, after single-handedly dragging the league's popularity to new heights, how are you going to blame her for wanting more than the glorified tip jar they're handing her?
The WNBA has seen record-breaking numbers this season in viewership, ticket sales, merch sales, and just overall growth of the league.
Let's just look at what Caitlin has pulled off 2024. That was the season people are going to be talking about until the sun burns out. She carried the Iowa Hawkeyes to the NCAA Finals and smashed records on the way there, 191 points in one tournament, the most ever for men or women. And how does the WNBA reward her? With a paycheck that couldn't even cover a few months of Angel Reese's rent. Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. Angel's out here crying about her $8,000 rent every other day. But when Caitlin looks for a payday that matches her talent suddenly, she's the greedy one. The hypocrisy is just cooking at this point.
And even our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000 for this first season. She signed a 4-year, just over $300,000 rookie salary. So Caitlin's rookie salary is a little over $300,000 for 4 years, and that's all that she's going to make in the WNBA. Now, I feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer.
And here's where Angel Reese's finger pointing really goes off the rails. Caitlin's not out here chasing dollars for the sake of it, but Angel would have you believe otherwise. Sure, Caitlin's European contract is probably going to break some WNBA salary records, but that's just because Europe's smart enough to pay her what she's worth. The real reason Caitlin's eyeing Europe isn't the cash, it's because she's trying to build a legacy, something the WNBA seems totally uninterested in helping her with. I mean, just in her rookie season alone, Caitlin didn't just sell out arenas. She sold out entire season cities, practically had her name written on billboards. Her jersey, don't even get started, one of the hottest items in the league.
I think Angel Reese is jealous of Caitlin Clark. She thinks she's, the reason why this is all happening here.
Jersey, yes, but now the WNBA is more focused on running their players into the ground than actually helping them build a future. They expect their best talent to keep grinding through a grueling season without even decent mental health. Resources. Caitlin has to juggle playing at the highest level with zero support from the people who are supposed to have her back. So yeah, of course she's looking for something.
Sales of WNBA merchandise are up over 500% versus the same period last year, with fan gear sales over the first half of the season at the highest in league history. Player-specific merchandise, including jerseys and t-shirts, have seen a staggering 1,000% increase in sales. Additionally, sales of league-specific merchandise like the popular orange WNBA hoodie are also up 200%. The top-selling WNBA player merch, Caitlin Clark, #1 in jersey sales.
It even went as far as to 1 year in 2015, Diana Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA, and it was never outright stated that she didn't play in the WNBA because Russia basically put that in their contract that if she went there she couldn't play. But that was pretty much what everybody thought happened because Russia paid Diana Taurasi at that time $1.5 million salary.
It even went as far as to 1 year in 2015, Diana Taurasi played in Russia and did not play in the WNBA. And it was never outright stated that she didn't play in the WNBA because Russia basically put that in their contract, that if she went there, she couldn't play. But that was pretty much what everybody thought happened because Russia paid Diana Taurasi at that time $1.5 million salary.
Look at Diana Taurasi, one of the greatest WNBA players ever. Even she ditched the WNBA for a season in 2015 because she was offered $1.5 million to play for a Russian team. That's more than 10 times what she was getting paid in the WNBA. Caitlin sees the writing on the wall. She's not naive. She knows Europe is offering something the WNBA refuses, to a real shot at a future.
Now, it's not out of the norm for WNBA players to play during the regular season and then during their off-season play overseas. This is something that has been happening for like the entirety of the WNBA.
And this isn't the first time Angel Reese's dirty politics against Caitlin Clark have been running for so long now. It's starting to feel like some sort of ongoing reality TV drama that no one asked for. The jealousy is so thick it's practically dripping off the court, and everyone can see it. Angel's whole strategy of throwing accusations, cranking up the aggression, and trying to pull Caitlin down at every turn. It's not just messy, it's transparent. She's clearly someone who can't handle watching another player outshine her, and Caitlin's success is making her spiral.
We're not allowed anymore to show the #1 draft pick in the WNBA draft as opposed to Angel Reese, a woman who can't run. I mean, next time you watch Angel Reese play, yes, she can play. She's a good player, but she can't run. But we're not allowed to show the #1 pick in the draft, the most dynamic player, including everybody. Why? Well, because it's racist. Yes, it's racist according to the idiot.
Remember that whole racism mess Angel stirred up? Oh, that was a doozy. Angel pulled out the race card after the game, trying to frame Caitlyn and her fans as the villain for calling her physical assault on Caitlyn. It was a straight-up media stunt. And the frenzy that followed, that was exactly what Angel wanted. That whole fiasco wasn't about justice or calling out bad behavior. It was a calculated move to shift attention away from Angel's less-than-stellar performance on the court, she thinks.
She thinks she's, the reason why this is all happening here. Caitlin Clark was going to get eyeballs whether she played against Angel Reese in LSU or not.
Remember that whole racism mess Angel stirred up? Oh, that was a doozy. Angel pulled out the race card after the game, trying to frame Caitlyn and her fans as the villain for calling her physical assault on Caitlyn. It was a straight-up media stunt. And the frenzy that followed, that was exactly what Angel wanted. That whole fiasco wasn't about justice or calling out bad behavior. It was a calculated move to shift attention away from Angel's less-than-stellar performance on the court, she thinks.
I want to preach a message of less division, more unity, level-headedness, thinking for yourself.
Europe's out here treating their athletes like actual royalty. They don't just throw some loose change at their stars and call it a day. No, they offer real money, respect, and mental health support, all the things the WNBA somehow missed in their memo about supporting players. Brianna Stewart and JN Quell-Jones have been hopping over to Europe in the off-season for a reason. They consistently say they feel valued, respected, basically the exact opposite of the WNBA vibe. So is it any wonder Europe's looking better and better to someone like Caitlyn? At the end of the day, Angel's attempts to tear Caitlyn down are rooted in nothing but pure jealousy. Caitlyn's soaring, Angel's stuck, and the desperation is showing with Caitlyn's European contract on the horizon. Angel's got nothing left but petty comments and tired accusations. It's honestly sad to watch.